Yo, what up? It's your boy. Got LR Vegito at the helm. I actually ended up getting lucky. I was able to get LR Vegito. I have Gogeta on JP, so I'm actually pretty happy about this because I actually get to experience the best of both worlds and see if its life is really greener on the other side of the fence. A lot of people sweat Vegito as opposed to Gogeta. Gogeta is good too, but Vegito has counters and he is slightly better. Just because of the fact that he attacks more, meaning his counters, like because he can, do more damage, and if you get crits on him, it's ridiculous. So, happy to have him. Welcome to the crew. As if this global account was not OP enough, now I have the Saiyan of Legend, LR Vegito. So this should be interesting at the very least. And I actually am going to do the Extreme Tech Super Battle Road. I actually just did this 2 seconds ago. But unfortunately, I'm retarded and I forgot to hit record on my phone. So, you know me. What are you going to do? And I actually do realize that my upload schedule has been a bit iffy, a bit on and off. I think I upload I think I upload every other day. I think it's fair to say. Yeah, right? I think so. I'm actually going to use a Icarus because this is an extremely poor lineup. I really don't want to use an Icarus. But this is a terrible lineup for defense. It's actually really bad because now I have 2 LR Vegetos on the other turn, and I'm basically going to go to turn without them. But whatever. Just got to leave a lot of key for them, I guess. Do that, and then after doing that, I will take those 2. But yeah, here I am, back again. And I actually am happy to say that my intention is to upload more just because of the fact that I am still very busy. I still have very little time. But the one thing that was really fucking with me, and like I tried to make videos, for example, the 3rd anniversary, I made a video. I did summoning for LR Vegito, I made a video. And basically, I would basically do it at night and try to get it out that night. But because my computer is a piece of shit, and it's from like 2010, I basically couldn't do it in time. And the entire day would go by, then I'd come home. And by the time I come home, it's like a day late, dollar short. I just felt like not uploading it. Probably should have, hindsight 2020, but me personally, I like to upload it at that time and not wait. Just because of the fact that, like, I feel like for me personally, I feel like when the content comes out when it's supposed to come out, I like it more personally. It may not be anything for anyone else. I know that sounds retarded. But that's one thing that I really like to do, especially for JP events. One thing I've always liked about JP events is, for me personally, like, I don't know about now, but in the past, I was one of the few people to actually upload JP events when they came out. The only reason I know that is because I purposely would look for JP events on YouTube and I couldn't find them. And I was like, alright, I'll make a JP account and play it. Like, this is annoying. I actually want to see the event. But yeah, unfortunately, like I said, my computer was yeeks. But I ended up buying a new computer, a new beast computer, because my friend, a good friend of mine, he had an old computer just laying around, because he used to mine and farm RuneScape accounts. He used to basically just bought accounts and then sell them, back in high school. And that actually was pretty good money, at least when you're in high school. Like, that man made some nice 2-3 times 10 racks, which is good money. Let's go ahead and do it like that. And then let's do that. And then after that, let's take those 2. And then I'll take just that one. Hopefully Goku doesn't let me down with his shitty dodging. Whoops. No one wants slow-mo. So I ended up buying a computer from him. And the computer, I ended up getting it for less than $1,000, which is I'm happy about because my intention originally was to buy a new computer for around $1,000 to $1,200. That was semi-decent, 16 gigs of RAM minimum. Graphics card decent. Storage probably would go with 500 gigabyte SSD. Probably in total, probably would run at least $1,000. But thankfully, my friend he said, hey, listen, I have a computer. I've had it for a long time. I'm not using it. I'd rather let you use it and have it than it go to waste. So I'm like, alright, fair enough, dude. That seems pretty nice. That sounds cool to me. I'll do that. And I ended up buying it from him, and it is an amazing computer, honestly, because it's, wow, that is a lot of rainbow. 2 rainbow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rainbow. Okay, I'll go with that. It is a really good computer just because of the fact that it has a ridiculous amount of RAM. Its graphics card is pretty up to date. Its Intel CPU is pretty damn good. And hopefully it'll be, it's actually been performant. I've been using IntelliJ IDE, and I've been using Maven, and I've been using some kind of RAM-heavy dependencies. I've probably gone up to the most, just using like programming stuff, it's probably like 5 gigs. And that's with Docker running, so bulk of that is probably Docker. So I definitely am feeling it. Oh, by the way, not 5. Yeah, I went up to 5 gigs, but it wasn't so much from programming. It was more so from having Google Chrome running in the background. I'm not even joking. Usually when it comes to programming, I'll use maybe 500 megs for the IDE, maybe 200 to 300 for Docker, and then I'll use maybe heavy dependencies, possibly 500 MBs, which is unlikely. I usually don't do that, but it's just the fact that I'm going to go ahead and use a sensor because this guy could super and kill Vegito. Although he does have good defense, he doesn't have that good of defense to like just take a 60k super to the face with no debuffs. Or he could dodge. That could happen too. Yeah, so I got a new computer. I'm very happy about that. And hopefully this is going to be the first time me making a video with this new computer. And hopefully it stands the test of time like my old PC. What's funny is that I'm actually using my old laptop technically right now, but the processing unit is the computer. I'm doing that through RDP. I really recommend that if you have 2 computers, you do use RDP. It is really, really simple, and it is really, really convenient. I honestly, the first time I got exposed to RDP, I knew about it, but I didn't know how like convenient and easy it was until I was at my job. We started using RDP basically with Amazon EC2 instances, and it is really, really easy, man. It is. And by the way, I am going to use I want to use an Icarus because I feel like they're both going to super do a lot of damage, but that Icarus is extremely valuable, and I'd rather just wait until next turn and use Frankenstein to get the debuff going, but whatever. RDP at work. And I did it myself. It's the only thing that's kind of jutsu. There's tutorials and stuff on YouTube. The only thing that was a little annoying that I had to take a little minute to get right was the port forwarding with the router. And you also, if you're going to do RDP, I highly, 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 highly recommend that you use an Ethernet cable for your master computer and then a Ethernet cable for the slave or the proprietary computer, because it does rely on internet. Wi-Fi, when I was using Wi-Fi, wasn't too bad, but I did notice if I was watching videos for a long time, it would lag at certain points. It was very rare, but it was enough to go like, alright, this is kind of annoying. Like, I would really rather not have this happen. But since I've switched to Ethernet, that has not been a problem. I've been using my laptop through RDP to this computer for the most part for like maybe a week. Definitely see the difference, and it's amazing. Like, I know I sound like I'm selling this, like my last name's RDP and I'm gonna make some money from this, but it really is like amazing and how easy and simple it is. You don't have to do anything crazy. It saved me the issue of basically using my laptop and then switching to the other computer with a different keyboard or mouse, because now I can basically just use my laptop as if it is this new computer, and it's very easy. And it also has file transferring, so right now all the files that I have on my old laptop, I can access it through the new computer, and it basically has this new like sharing mechanic, which I think is really good. The only thing I don't like, and I don't know how this happened, but for some reason on my new computer, I'm actually looking at it right now, I installed Windows 10. It's a valid Windows OS, but for some reason when I updated it, it said that it's not valid, and it's like, I'm not gonna, like, I don't know the info, my friend doesn't know the info, and I'm not gonna bother calling Microsoft and being like, hey dude, like, what's going on? Let's see, let's do that, and after that, I guess it'd be good just to get Frieza's defense down. I'll go ahead and actually super Trunks to try to get defense down. I do have some additionals on Trunks, so I may get lucky and super twice and like nuke his defense. But yeah, very happy, new computer, 40 gigs of RAM, which is ridiculous. my old laptop was 8 gigs of RAM. My old CPU, I believe, was an i5. I don't think it used an L3 cache. I don't think so. Probably L2 at most for the CPU anyway. Because, like I said, my laptop's from 2010. I recently bought a new... what did I buy for this laptop? I bought a new SSD, which is really good. It made it faster, and it was a better experience with my laptop. But no matter what, when it comes to your computer, 3 things you absolutely need for the most part. One thing, not really, but 3 things is preferable. Good GPU, good CPU, and good amount of RAM. This computer has all 3. The GPU might be a little bit older, but that's not a big deal. I'm not going to try to play like super duper intensive games. And even if I do, it may be able to handle it. I haven't tried it out. I do have a PS4, so not anything I'm too crazy about. And recently, I actually took the dive and bought Dragon Ball FighterZ for the PS4, and that is a ridiculously fun game. I'm very surprised. It is a legitimate fighting game with Dragon Ball Z. The only reason I'm surprised is because I don't really like the only fighting games when it comes to Dragon Ball Z that I really liked. Well, fighting games in general, I'm not a huge fan of. Like, I'll play Injustice, okay. Mortal Kombat, it's alright. But Dragon Ball FighterZ is extremely fun. I didn't know if I was going to like it because it's kind of like the Guilty Gear-esque fighting style, which, I don't know, I always saw like weird, like, weeaboo anime characters. I thought it was stupid. But it is extremely fun, and because of this new computer, it's a beast. I can, actually, if I really wanted to, I could stream, and I do have PS4 remote play, so I can play on my PS4, share it to my PC, so I can actually record videos fairly simply. And by the way, I gotta say, because I've been making videos on YouTube for a very long time, not successfully in any way, shape, or form, but it is really cool how companies have made the initiative and made the effort to... What should I do here? I don't know if Vegito can kill him, man. Can Vegito kill him? I am going to take a gigantic chance and say that Vegito can kill him. This is a huge chance. I don't know. I may really regret this, but what are you gonna do, dude? It's become so easy to stream videos, upload videos, pretty much do anything with videos in regards to YouTube as well as Twitch in the past like 4 years. Because I used to do YouTube kind of sort of heavy, like as a hobby. I've always done YouTube as a hobby. I never really got any money, significant anyway. I really did it heavy. I remember in like 2012. But I feel like my videos were really shit back then, just because I was always making videos that people wanted, but not something I wanted. Like I said, I used to make like religious videos and shit, which isn't terrible, but I don't know. I thought it was corny after a certain point in time. Who should I focus? I'll focus this guy. Okay. And then after that, this should be a really, really good turn, just because I'm going to get a Dokkan. I am not going to be dumb enough to not heal. I definitely have to heal, but at least it's just a sensu. Okay, and then after that, I guess I can try to expose the green. Looks like there's a lot of green going on. This is looking good for me. I just hope this does not stun, because I think it can stun. I just hope it does not stun. Okay, come on, don't stun, don't stun, don't stun, don't stun. I don't know if you can stun a Dokkan, though. And if you do stun a Dokkan, what happens? Does the next person get the Dokkan, or... what's up with that? Don't know. Yeah, so I have Dragon Ball FighterZ, really fun game, really cool game. I've only had it for about a week and a half. I really like it. I'm halfway decent at it. I got just recently into the actual kind of like doing the combos, the custom combos of like jump canceling and stuff like that, which I thought was going to be harder to do because I have a regular PS4 controller, but it wasn't that bad actually. It is kind of weird though, and I definitely feel my controller like dying, like basically being under stress because what the hell is this? Because of the fact that I use the circle mechanic a lot, like, you know, quarter circle forward, stuff like that. And I kind of feel like my joystick, like I do feel like getting stuck sometimes, which sucks. But I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it to buy like a quote unquote like joystick. It may be worth it, but I don't know. I honestly don't know. Let's try to get rid of these stupid Soul Juniors. Let's do that. I'm actually going to use a Icarus because I didn't get that many orbs to do a great defense with Vegito. And that matters because in the past I have like seen a gigantic damage drop off. And then we'll leave that as is. We'll leave that as is. We'll leave that as is. And I completely screwed up that orb path. But yeah, it's a really fun game. I have PS4 remote play where you can play the PS4 and share it to your PC. And in the past, I know I used to use like a capture card, and that's what I was thinking of. I was like, damn, I actually kind of like this game. I would like to make videos, if not for this channel, if it's like no one gives a fuck. I do have multiple YouTube channels, which I guess in hindsight is probably a really dumb idea because if I had one channel with a lot of shit on it, it would have more content because like I haven't really been uploading to this channel that much, but I have uploaded twice to 2 other channels. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the other channels that I have, they're completely unrelated content, and I kind of don't want to mix the two because like on YouTube I've noticed it's not all about quote-unquote success and like making the best videos or whatever, but I don't like zapping people, and I don't like the idea of basically, what should I do here? Honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and let both of these guys not super because I feel like neither of them, well, you know what, Goku, you could super, that's fair enough. But yeah, like with YouTube, like it's best that if you're going to have a channel, quote-unquote gaming channel, just upload games to it. If you're going to have a quote-unquote comedy channel, just upload comedy-related shit to it because in the long run, like, it's just going to become too weird. Unless you're someone like Penguin Zero who, like, makes any video and he has people who are like, fuck it, I fuck with that autism and I'm going to just subscribe to him despite the fact that he uploads random shit. But I feel like having a channel like that where it's actually successful and actually you can do whatever you want is very rare. And I also feel like I've subscribed to people in the past where they would upload weird content or different content, and I really wasn't feeling it, and I would just end up unsubscribing just because I'm like, alright, I really don't give a shit. Let's see. I guess I'll keep focusing the Soul Juniors. Let me fuck it. Looks like I'm in a really good position right now. I'm honestly wondering if I should heal or not. I'm gonna heal just because why not? Like I have 900 Dendays. Like who cares? Like fuck it, just do it. Let's do that, and then after that, we can get the greens to fall down. Cool. So, yeah, my intention is to upload more. I actually have a new computer, hopefully. I'm going to test this out. Right now, it's 2:30. If I can edit this video, get it done, and get it done processing within that half hour, even an hour, I would be extremely happy because on average, my old videos usually take minimum 3 or 4 hours to process, which is pretty annoying because I don't like waiting long and it's just a zap. But hey, it is what it is. I'm very busy. I honestly kind of came to the realization recently that I can't do everything that I used to do. I definitely find it's ridiculously hard to balance work, personal life, hobbies. I mean, it's honestly, if I really wanted to, like what would be the easiest route, the most relaxed route probably would be to just chill out, do absolutely nothing, and just come home and play video games. But I've honestly, the past couple of years, have come into a pretty good ebb and flow of actually being kind of productive, and I kind of don't want to end that. I mean, I'm not the most productive guy ever, but I've been working on personal projects. I'm actually currently thinking of making basically a different display app for Reddit, because Reddit, I've noticed, like for 4chan I use 4chanx, and for other sites I've made similar viewers as 4chanx. And I think I'm going to do that for Reddit too, because on Reddit, like, anytime you want to watch a video or do anything, you basically have to scroll down, click an image, scroll down, click an image, which is okay if you're just browsing and reading the titles, but if you're actually interested in the images you're looking at, and you just want to cycle through it, it's kind of annoying, like scrolling down, clicking, going, blah, blah, blah. So my intention is to create a GUI to go over the browser, probably Chrome. I've done only Chrome development. I'd imagine for Firefox it isn't anything too different or too crazy. Probably still use the same source, so it's just a matter of configuration to basically just make it an image browser where you just, could press a button to go forward, press a button to go backwards, see the images. I think it's really good and really cool, and I'm probably going to do that, honestly, because I don't know, every website I use, I notice certain things that could be better, and I'm like, listen, like, all you need is a stupid personalized Chrome application, and it'll be good enough. And I think I might actually publish that to the Chrome store at some point in time, because I feel like that's something that Reddit lacks, even with the Reddit Enhancement Suite. Like, what Reddit Enhancement Suite is pretty good, but what it does is that it takes all images on the page and makes them larger, and it basically slows down your page because the images from the past are still loaded and still taking up memory in your page. And as you scroll down, it becomes slower and slower, and it's just annoying. Oh, your boy Super Saiyan Vegito came to play. It's pretty much over for Cell now. This is like a guaranteed W. Yeah, so that's something I'm looking forward and looking to do. But, there's a lot of things I'd like to do, and I don't really have the time, and I really wouldn't want to take time off work just to do that. Especially now, I recently got into a new project. I'm getting into more development. For the past, couple months, it's been very, light development in the sense of doing unit tests and kind of doing some ad hoc programming here and there, but I've actually been given a pretty big task recently to basically create a endpoint for a website service that would access a database and then, based off the queries, give back what people expect, which is pretty cool. I actually did a lot of the programming for the new endpoint this past Thursday and Friday, and I recently was just writing some unit tests just to make sure it works. Did the bulk of them. Probably going to write some more integration tests just to make sure it works. But it's pretty cool. This is the first time I'm using Spring. Spring is actually really, really cool. I recommend, if you're ever going to make a web service, not so much a website with a GUI, but a web service where you just need an endpoint to get data and then get out. Highly recommend Spring. I know this is probably, I sound retarded because this is the first time I'm using a Spring boot app, and most people probably already know to do that, but it definitely is something that is very convenient and very cool, and it's very no hassle. I mean, Spring is really, really easy. I mean, all you have to do, especially if you're using Maven, you just do Maven Spring Boot run, and then any environment args you can provide it and it'll work. But that's pretty much it. The only thing I just wanted to show you, just let you know that I'm coming back. I'm coming back strong. I've got the power of the Xylon Dylon. Let me see right here. Let me see my new amazing computer real quick. Let me see that. Let me go over here real quick. Let me open that up. Wait a second. Hold up. What am I looking at? Is this Dragon Ball Fighters with the stupid activate windows on the bottom right? Ooh, that's a nice image right there, boss. So yeah, I did get Dragon Ball Fighters. It is a pretty cool game. Actually, am planning on just playing a little bit of ranked, maybe 3 or 4 matches, and my intention is to actually upload that. So I'm just gonna finish this video, and hey, maybe later today or tomorrow I'll upload a video where I'm playing some ranked, because you want to see me. You know that I am professional, I'm unstoppable. And when it comes to coming correct, I never let you down. I never disrespect.